Welcome to the Observers Direct, the show where we go meet our observers in person. In this episode, we head to Goma, to the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, to meet with our observer, CHARLY KASEREKA. Between wars, poverty, and natural catastrophes, thousands of people in this traumatized city suffer from mental illnesses. However, there isn't a single psychiatrist, and only a tiny number of people get any sort of psychological help. Our journalist Julien Pain traveled to Goma to meet with CHARLY and find out more.
These methods are very dangerous. They put the product in their nostrils and get them to inhale, but they don't know how it will affect them.
Medicine only treats people. God cures them. Hi, Julien. Welcome to Goma.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
So, why did you ask us here?
I wanted to talk about the mental health crisis. There are a lot of people with mental health disorders in the Goma region. We've been through a lot here. The volcano erupted in 2002, destroying half the city. Businesses and homes were wiped out. People were killed. We've also been caught up in over 20 years of conflict, 2 decades of people being killed, raped and butchered.
What are the authorities doing to deal with the mental health crisis?
I can safely say they're doing absolutely nothing at the moment. We only have one mental health facility in Goma, and I don't think there's any support from the Congolese government.
Shall we take a look around the city?
Yes, but look, we have an example right here. Right here. He's come over to...
Okay, calm down, calm down. Come on, let's go.
That's just one example.
Careful, okay? Okay. Mentally ill people often come from neighbouring villages, where armed groups have slaughtered, pillaged and raped. They're all over Goma, and in the huge refugee camps on the outskirts.
This is the Mugunga 3 refugee camp, one of the largest camps in the Goma region. People came here after fleeing the conflict.
There are a lot of refugees here with mental disorders, like this woman.
Can you tell us why she's like this?
It's because of the war between M23 rebels and the army. There was a lot of fighting. She had already lost her husband in a previous war, and then she lost her children. It's made her ill.
Why don't you take her to see a doctor?
We're all refugees here. We don't have any money. We have nothing.
Hello, how are you feeling? Do you have a fever? Did you sleep well last night? He won't take his medication. He's too agitated.
There is just one mental health facility for North Kivu and its 6 million inhabitants. One of the care providers shows us around.
We have several activities, including music therapy. We work with patients who are suffering from depression.
What's wrong with him, for example? What's his medical condition?
His condition? He's schizophrenic.
Do you know what happened to him?
No, not really. But we were told that he was in the army.
It looks like he's practicing military drills.
He probably served in the army when he was young.
We find out his name is Eric, and he was enrolled in the army led by the current president's father when he was 12. He hasn't recovered from what he saw, or perhaps did, during the war.
We now have a permanent general practitioner, and we're expecting another doctor who specialises in psychiatry. He's finishing off some work in Senegal and should be here within 2 to 3 months, so we have a full team.
So right now, there is no psychiatrist in this psychiatric hospital.
No psychiatrist, but we do have neuropsychiatry nurses. This is the pharmacy where we store all the medicine for our patients. They are arranged by type. So patients come here to collect their medication with their medical record booklet, which details everything we've prescribed. They also bring the coupon we gave them.
The patient has to pay $33, but isn't that a lot of money? How much do people earn? $50 a month on average?
Maybe less.
People have to come in for consultations. Nothing is done for those in rural areas. We head to Rutshuru, a 2-hour drive from Goma. Armed groups were engaged in fierce combat in the region right up to 2 years ago, and their acts of brutality have certainly left their mark.
They say they were displaced by war and were living in a village called Busansa before fleeing here to Rutshuru.
This is a typical sign of depression, but could lead to episodes of psychosis or mania.
What will happen to him? Will you take him to Goma?
That would be the best thing for him. He needs to be treated at a psychiatric hospital.
But ANICET's clinic doesn't have an ambulance, and patients' families can't afford to take them to Goma. So they often turn to traditional practitioners who use plants and magic.
I use this to get rid of evil spirits.
And that helps cure madness?
It helps in many different ways. It helps fight evil spirits, germs. It also tells me why the person is possessed.
He's showing you his documentation that he's licensed to practice.
So his work is legal?
Yes, it's legal. Here it says it's an artist and artisan permit.
Ah, it comes under arts. He's seen as an artist.
Yes, that's right.
The healer claims one plant can treat 18 different conditions, including madness.
I'm a police officer. We fled when the M23 rebels came. I was all right before, but I fell ill when I came back. I don't know how I got here.
How will he pay for the treatment?
I'll wait until I get my police salary. Then they'll let me leave here as soon as I receive my wages.
What's happening? Is he having a fit?
He's allergic to the treatment you gave him.
ANICET, what did you think of the healer?
I think his methods are very dangerous. Look at how his patients react to the treatment he gives them. You can see it's extremely dangerous. And he won't let them leave without paying, so he's cheating them.
It's not just these healers claiming to cure the mentally ill. This pastor says he can rid them of demonic possession with just his hands and the power of the Holy Spirit.
They say he's left us and can't be saved. What's he suffering from? Madness. The worst thing of all. He needs to be delivered from this permanently. Leave this body now. Let's give him a round of applause.
The pastor says he can cure any illness, but he doesn't work for free.
Leave your contribution here. God spoke to me. He told me to operate in his name and chase away the demons.
Do you heal a lot of people this way?
Yes, you've seen for yourself. Medication can help, but I firmly believe only God can heal.
Are you the man who underwent the exorcism in the church earlier?
Yes.
And are you feeling better now?
Yes, much, much better.
How long have you known the pastor?
Since he started work here.
When was that?
4 years ago.
3 years. So why didn't he help you earlier? Please, I'm asking him a question. Why is he healing you now when you've known each other 4 years?
I come to church regularly, but it wasn't my turn until today.
People turn to traditional healers and religion because the authorities just don't seem to care about the mentally ill.
We have specialists working in our hospitals, okay?
What specialists? There aren't any psychiatrists in Goma, are there?
Well, we have people who... No, you're right. We don't really have any psychiatrists working in our hospital.
So let's be honest, the authorities don't really care about the mentally ill.
I can't really answer that. No comment.
The mental health facility we visited is doing good things, so could you give them some practical help? Buy them a 4x4, give them a food allowance. Could you set this up soon?
Yes, I think we could, and the timing is good, because we are hoping to buy 6 ambulances with the World Bank funding we received. And just so you know, we're also planning to give some funding to the mental health centre.
When will this happen?
By January.
The World Bank recently approved a €60 million grant for the DRC to help victims of sexual violence. The local authorities assure us that part of the money will go towards mental health programmes. Our observer hopes, this time, the government will keep its promises.
We'll be staying in touch with Charlie to see if the authorities manage to find a solution to this mental health crisis. Now, if there's a problem in your community that you think the world needs to know about, get in touch, and maybe we'll come see you for the next episode of Observers Direct.